Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the heavyweight bout between Valentin Moldavsky versus Steve Mowry. And how I feel about this one in the heavyweight division is, I've been very much on the fence with this one. It's probably been the fight on this card I've been the most on the fence with, but I'm also ultimately going to lean Moldavsky, average confidence here. I just feel like Mowry hasn't really fought the best competition. Like, you can see some of the names on this card who are okay fighters, but they themselves have not really truly elevated themselves to be necessarily relevant competition. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like Sad Salma, like he got one big win and that was over Vitaly Minakov via injury. So it's a questionable win. It's not even like when you can truly feel proud about, hey, it's a win on your record, but a win's a win, but like can't really sue. And then you lost to, what's his name? This wild swinging man, whatever, I forget the guy's name right now. It's like, it's irrelevant, but so it's like, being like Gokhan Sarikam and all these people, like, they're all right. They ain't nobody to talk about. Probably just a year from now, unless they do something, you be like, oh, this guy full bums. That's what they're going to evolve into, unless they really do something. But anyway, besides the point, I just feel like he hasn't fought really no true competition just yet, is all I'm saying. And this is a very big step up. No, for competition, like relevant competition, he been fighting in cans at all. That's not what I'm trying to say, but all I'm trying to say, this is a very, very big step up. Like, you go from like kind of lower pack to fighting, you know, the upper pack. And it was not like there's no necessarily no huge long build up, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, with Steve Mowry, what I see in him, what I see the flaws in him is, even though he's a big old boy, I can still see the little boy in him. And his striking still looks a little bit timid, a little bit stiff. But again, like I said, you got that big old frame, and even like, let's say, I can't compare him to Tim Sylvia. Tim Sylvia actually was a killer. Like, Tim Sylvia had those knock knees and that chubby gut and all that stuff, but that man had some serious killer power. But he always looked awkward. Mowry, I feel like he probably gonna evolve out of an awkward phase, because not like he's big. I mean, he is big, but he's not like knock knee and soft belly like Tim Sylvia would always be. But I still feel like his timidness kind of come from, like, he's still learning, he's still growing. He's still a very young fighter, especially at heavyweight. I think he's like 30 years old. So at heavyweight, that's like 20 years old. So still very much a young lamb trying to get his feet about him. So on the feet, he still looks a little bit awkward. I see him struggle with some mediocre competition on the feet at times. But like I say, you 6'8", you big, you got some decent little fundamentals. You put a little bit of weight in your, like even a quarter of your weight on your punches, people gonna be affected by that. And you can see that in some of his fights, where like he just start to touch them and he get a little bit more confident out there and start letting his hands go. But like I said, still very much a baby deer a little bit. He a big baby deer, but still a baby deer, still trying to get his feet about him. And I feel a lot of times when fights do get uncomfortable for him, he could easily take it to the mat, but that's not one of these fights. So he's getting a big step up. I feel like Moldavsky at this point is still the better striker. Also, Mowry has not really won these rounds. Yeah, has not won these rounds, and let alone win these rounds. I mean, hasn't even won. I'm not trying to say, but he hasn't won these rounds, and he has not won the rounds with, you know, really stellar competition. So a lot of concerns there. So I feel like experience is the best, sometimes the best weapon. And I feel like Valentin Moldavsky got that. I feel like he can win the wrestling here. You know, be the one that prevails more when the rounds get deep, when it gets tough. So I feel like, in my opinion right now, I feel like he's the better striker. I feel like he's the better wrestler. I feel like Mowry's the better grappler, but I feel like Moldavsky can better control whether the fight goes to the ground or not. And whether he's on the bottom or on top, I feel like, if he's on the bottom, I feel like Moldavsky will be more comfortable there to try to work back to the ground. But I feel like Mowry, put on his back, can easily crack there. Now put in a position he's unfamiliar with, where he's usually the one when necessarily able to take it to the mat and, you know, be safe, be comfortable, be as most confident. But now be put on his back, and now like know how to work and spin himself. And I feel like he could be put in a lot of areas where he has not been put yet, and he's getting a big leap. And I feel like Moldavsky's gonna take advantage of that. And Moldavsky's a decisionator. Mowry's, I feel, at this level, gonna probably be a decisionator for a little bit of time, or a good bit of time, until, you know, he really gets his feet above, you know, underneath him, and turns from like a baby deer to a daddy deer, or whatever the case may be. So probably lock bet for this one, probably going to decision, to be honest, unless injury. But decision probably over 2.5 or something. It's probably a solid bet for this one. But I'm going straight bet. Well, this is not even no bet. This is my prediction. So straight bet. Prediction is Valentin Moldavsky via decision. So take the bet out of that. Forget I said that. Prediction, Valentin Moldavsky via decision.